Thank you for having the meeting this evening. The public comment portion of the school board meetings are every school board meeting. If people are wondering, it would have been very nice if we could have had the last week's, I guess, disruptions on the new business, if that could have been done over the weekend so that the people here could have talked about and actually got answers and had some discussion with the school board members. Because I know there's a lot of questions about last week, and it's fresh on everybody's mind. Public comment is one thing, and like you explained, Mr. Corcoran, the board can't respond, so for us out here, well, there's not a whole lot of good we can do because we're not going to get any answers tonight, and things are fresh in our minds. So I urge the school board on something that is so incredibly important, what happened last week, and it's not just what happened on Friday, it's the entire week. This should have been on the agenda. I can't believe it's not on the agenda. I'm looking forward for it to be on the agenda maybe in 2 weeks, or having a special board meeting so that we can actually get answers from the board members and from district personnel. I would like to thank the parents that showed up on Friday, especially the children that called their parents while they were in their class because they were concerned, to call their parents up and say, Mom, Dad, can you show up here? I'm not going to say everything that the kids said, but of course when the parents get a phone call like that, it's lickety-split up to the high school. So I appreciate the parents that came up. I'm not going to mention their names, I was going to, but the folks that did come up here, they took their entire day off to come up here and spend at the high school. Actually, they spent about 4 or 5 hours, and I'm sure talking to them afterwards, they missed a whole day of work, and many of them were all self-employed. I just want to know the sacrifices that those people made. Mr. O'Leary was here all day, or at least most of the time on Friday. I was hoping more school board members would at least have been there on Friday, because it's not as good a situation for school board members to get the information secondhand as it is to get it firsthand. We sacrificed our day, and we were definitely hoping that school board members would also sacrifice their day, especially on what was happening on a Friday. So I do want to thank the parents and students for making that happen and having somebody up there. I guess in my opinion, I think everything could have been avoided, at least a lot of things could have been avoided last week, if about February 12th, 11th or 12th, the school board and the administration could have gotten together to discuss the upcoming week and what possibly might happen. Maybe this has happened, I don't know, but talking to some board members, I don't believe it happened. But I don't know the facts because we can't get the answers right now. But hopefully some people got together to discuss the upcoming week. And that discussion, I hope, was on how we can make it in an orderly fashion so that we can get district personnel to Madison and speak their piece, march on the Capitol, which is fine. And if we could have done it in an orderly fashion, that's something that could have put Richland School District above all the rest of the districts. And when I say an orderly fashion, a memo to the employees saying this is the way we'd like to do it. We can let so many people go each day, people sign up, give us plenty of time so that we can go down to Madison and have enough teachers or food service personnel to pick up the slack. And also with that memo, it should have been, if you decide to call in sick or just leave, that is a job action. At least that's what's considered to be a job action according to the school board or whatever the district administration wants to put in that memo. But I really wish something like that was done to control the events and to set the tone for last week. Maybe it was done, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I can't get any answers right now, so I'm hoping that was done. And I think a lot of things could have been avoided last week. I know a lot of people are going to talk about Friday. I'm not going to specifically talk about the events on Friday, except a lot of folks were saying that democracy was in action on Friday to the students. And I hope the students don't come away thinking that was democracy. Democracy is what Mr. Schultz had, Senator Schultz had on Wednesday night. He had an open forum for, it was mostly union personnel, but I was there, to come talk to him, ask questions. He can speak and he can answer questions that night, and I believe he stayed. I left after about an hour and 15 minutes. But that's democracy. Democracy is what happened in November. That's democracy. But democracy is not in school having a sit-in or any sanctioned sit-in, whether it's for the students doing it or the teachers doing it. The courthouses where everybody is doing all their picketing or all their, I guess, democracy in action, and that's absolutely appropriate. I was there Wednesday night. They talked with Mr. Schultz. They had their signs up, and I still believe they're there, and that's what should have been done, at least explain to the students if they do want to sit and show their support for the teachers and the other personnel in the district. That's where it should be done, not in school. And I'm sure the school board or the district administration would never allow the teachers to have a sit-in during school hours. So I want to make sure that's clear to the students. I was not upset at all with the students on Friday. I had no problem with the students. They actually acted fairly decent. Nothing got too far out of control, so I want to make that clear. It was definitely not the students that I was at all upset with. The second-hand knowledge, I definitely want to emphasize that. I know school board personnel spend a lot of time at meetings during the evenings, and they've got 2 school board meetings, regular school board meetings a month. But getting information firsthand, especially last week, we really need firsthand information. Secondhand information is okay, but it's nothing like firsthand. I want to thank Mr. O'Leary for being there. I wish a couple more school board members could have been there, not that they were going to crack their fingers and make magic occur, but having information firsthand is much better than asking me what happened or asking somebody else what happened. And I do want to thank the parents for being there, and thank you for your time this evening.